I'm so very excited to share that I have been making some money outside of my 9 to 5, outside of my full-time job. I am super duper excited to share because before I've told you on multiple videos, it's been really hard for me to increase my income. And it's been hard for me to increase my income outside of my full-time job. So meaning make money through a side hustle, make money through my own business. And the reason for that is because for a long time, I did not have a business mindset. I'm just going to put it out there. When I grew up, I was always told to, like a lot of you, go to school, get a good job, and that is exactly what I did. I graduated high school, got 4 degrees because I was always told that your college degree would be your key to success. So I went on and got 4 of them, thinking those 4 degrees would make me 4 times the money. And no, that is not true, but that is exactly what I did. And then I went and I got a good job. And by good job, I just mean like a city job where you could, through education, where you could get your annual increases. There's a salary schedule and steps that you move up incrementally based on the amount of times that you've been there and the number of degrees that you hold. So I'm not going to say that the degrees didn't help me in some respects in terms of money, but not as much as I thought that they would. So yes, those are the kinds of jobs that I've had for the most of my career. And yeah, our income increases, we make money, but it's really nice to be able to have your own thing where you are making money outside of that job, because as we often hear, one income is next to no income. Because if you lose that job, then what? Then you lose the only source of money that you have coming in. And for a lot of us, that 9 to 5 is our main source because it takes so much out of us each and every day to go to a job. We put so much into it. So many of us are staying beyond the 9 to 5 and just giving every single thing that we have. And by the time we leave that job, we are dead tired, too tired to do anything else for ourselves. But that cannot be our truth, and that cannot be what we do on a day in and day out basis. Again, listen, one form of employment or income is close to none. So we have to make, or however that phrase goes, but we have to make sure that we have other things outside of our 9 to 5. Because if they get tired of you and cut you, then what? Then you have nothing to fall back on, or no income coming in. I hope you have something to fall back on, because if you've been listening to me, then you've been listening to me talk about a emergency fund for so long. You need an emergency fund to fall back on in case of any type of emergencies, in case anybody decides to let you go from your job, in case you get too tired and you decide to walk off or away from your job. You need to have something that's backing you. But back to what I was saying. For a long time, I've been trying to increase my income. Ever since I got on a journey to kind of retire early or increase my assets or increase my stock market portfolio, or however you want to see it or view it, I've been on a mission to increase my income. So I've been actually moving jobs in order to do that, because you know how they say you stay stuck in a job too long, that you will not get as much of an increase as you could, as you left that job and went to another job, which was true for me in a respect, because I was able to leave one job and go to another job where I was making almost a third more. But then I left that job and went to another job, or a different type of job in education, where then I started to make a third less. But if you want to hear about that story, then you need to go back to my welcome back video where I explain all of that. But for now, what I'm talking about is I'm talking about increasing my income outside of my 9 to 5. And some of the things that I've done was I started a bracelet video where, I started a bracelet business where I was making bracelets for people and I was personalizing them, putting their names on them and things like that. So that was fun for a while until I realized, hey, first and foremost, it's taking me a lot of time to do this. Number two, it's taking me a lot of time to do this. Like, it took a lot of me. And then I noticed that because I wasn't a pro at making the bracelets, again, they were kind of like metal or aluminum bracelets, and I would stamp people's name inside the bracelet, which was a new skill for me. And so because of that, I was messing up a lot and I didn't want to send people mistakes. So I had to redo them, and then I would redo them, and then it would take more time and more time and more time because I was trying to make sure that the bracelets went out in perfection. Either way, it was taking too much time and it was not worth the amount that I was charging for it. And so I said, no, I'm done with that. And then I was doing a couple other things where I was getting a second job, not really like starting other businesses, but getting a second job where I was like a faculty supervisor, which is almost like a professor. And I would go out and I would observe student teachers and give them feedback and give them homework and check their homework and give them grades and stuff like that. But again, all that I was putting into that job was not worth the money that was coming back to me. Everything that I poured into those college students, I gave them so much in terms of skills, in terms of feedback, in terms of personal time, in terms of reference letters and stuff like that. And the amount that I was getting from the college, which was, I think it was like $600 per student per semester. Yeah, that was not worth my time. So I quit that. And that was unfortunate because some of these things you come in contact with, you really love doing, but then what? I don't know what to say. Being an educator is unique. All right. So being a faculty supervisor, kind of a professor, was not hitting, so to speak. And then I was doing a couple of other things in between, which I can't even remember at this point, which was making me a little bit of money, bringing it in. I would take that money, put it into my investments, and it helped me build up my investments to the amount that I wanted. Even now, in terms of trying to increase my income so that I can indeed continue to stack the assets and retire a little bit earlier than the normal 65, I'm shooting for 50. Retire early than the normal 65, you're still trying to put a little bit more towards the investment. So that's exactly what I was doing, even up until now. So even though I am an assistant principal during the day, at night, on a couple of nights out the week, I teach GED classes to students from ages 19 to probably 60, 65. And I am teaching them because they want to get GEDs and be able to further themselves in their professional stances or their jobs or their employment, They all have different reasons for why they're doing what they do. Either way, again, it is a side hustle or a job. Not really a side hustle, so to speak, but it's like a second job. And so, okay, so then I started thinking outside of that. What are some other things that I can do? And I decided to become a notary public. And in the state that I am, there were not that many requirements. You had to be of 18 years of age. You had to be in good standing in terms of morals. You have to also just pay this fee. There weren't that many requirements. But based on this job, I just got some money. Like, not just got some money, but I was able to make $200 within the past 2 days for under 2 hours of work being a notary public. And if you don't know what a notary public does, they go out and they authenticate the person and the signing of very important documents. So they just check the identifications of the people to make sure the actual said people are signing the document. So we're making sure that people are who they say they are, and we're witnessing the signing of important documentation. Now, in my particular case, people are not coming to me, and so I go out to individuals and do just what I told you I do. And that's basically what I do. It's fun in a way because you get to meet new people. You are hearing their stories, even though you're not really asking, but it's still fun to listen to their situations that they're offering, right? Not that I'm asking, but it's exciting. It's exciting because I don't care if it was $5. Even when I was making those bracelets and people gave me $15 to $20, however much I was charging for them at the time, I was so excited to get the money because it was money that I was making on my own outside of my 9 to 5. Nobody literally was paying me, so to speak, right? It wasn't an employer who was paying me. I had earned that money on my own, and it feels exciting. It doesn't matter if it's $15. I don't care if it's $200. It is just I don't know how I feel. I feel excited. I feel accomplished. I feel that I can go on and do anything simply because I was able to make money outside of an employer. And $15 excites me. $20 excites me. It doesn't matter how much it is because I'm doing it on my own, so to speak. I'm doing it, again, outside of an employer. So what am I going to do next? I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue to go full speed ahead to make sure that this notary business or whatever it is that I do moving forward is lucrative, is successful, is helping me to increase my income outside of my 9 to 5. I don't know why I find everything that I do fun. I just like when I'm teaching my GED classes, I have fun. When I'm going to do X in terms of, or for my notary republic business, that's exciting. So to me, it's all exciting. When I'm bringing in extra money, it is exciting. The thing though is making sure that I'm balancing my time between the side hustle, so to speak, or the second job, so to speak, and my family. That's the thing that kind of gets me down in terms of having these hustles, that it just takes away time. So balancing is also really important. Also, one more thing about my notary public business is that I literally almost forgot that I even had it. And the individuals, the company that contacted me in order to do the jobs came out of the blue. And that's how it is for God, right? Like, he like, I got you. Even when you forget about me, even when you forget about whatever, I literally got you. And so it's just all exciting. It's exciting, and that's why I wanted to share it with you.